What is up, guys? Welcome to another podcast. Sorry for that sound effect. I'm sitting on like this gaming chair. So yeah, I just finished watching Werewolf by Night with my sister, and I'm just gonna be talking about that today. And I think Werewolf by Night was more of like kind of the introduction of like the concept of monsters in the MCU. And something worth noting is that the closest thing that they've ever gotten to this was, I would say, like the Hulk, and also some other aspects of like movies, like the Frost Giants. I think are considered to be like kind of more that monstrous side, but it's more on like the Norse mythology side, and also like they delved into like Moon Knight, and Blade made an appearance in like the end credit scene of Eternals, and also yeah, there's some other stuff too. They really delved into like the horror aspect of the MCU in Phase 4, I think, like starting with like I think Shang-Chi and all that stuff. But this is like officially like the first kind of entry, I think, in like the idea of monsters. Hence, kind of like that introduction in Werewolf by Night. This is spoilers, by the way. I'm gonna be talking about spoilers. So basically, they did like an introduction where it's like the Avengers are like talking about, okay, so there's a side of the MCU that has to do with Avengers, and there's a side of the MCU that is more on like kind of the supernatural side, which they've already announced a Blade movie, but we don't really know what's going on with that movie right now because I think the director backed out or something. There's like a whole bunch of behind the scenes stuff going on right now that they've been talking about all over the internet. But Werewolf by Night, I think this is like the first time actually that they did this kind of project, and I know I keep saying that, but I think that they're trying to delve into like other sides of the MCU. So they're doing more of like multiversal stuff, and I don't really know where this project lies at the moment because there are TVA agents in this special, so we were able to see like TVA agents like alongside Elsa's mom. I don't even know if that's Elsa's mom. She doesn't act like her mom, but I think she is because her dad is the dude who died. I forgot what his name was, Bloodstone something, Elijah Bloodstone or something like that. But essentially what happened was there are a bunch of monster hunters, and like the two of them in the forefront are Elsa Bloodstone and Jack, who is the titular werewolf by night, and we kind of see their kind of journey from the beginning of this episode to the end of this episode, and you kind of see that progression of that relationship, this unlikely duo, and I think that it was handled pretty well. It was pretty natural. I don't exactly know if they're going for that angle of like like potential like lovers, but I do see kind of parallels between Elsa and Jack and Natasha and Bruce, and I really like that. They kind of saw what kind of worked in Avengers: Age of Ultron, or it depends on who you ask. Some people say that it worked, some people say that it didn't, but I think that for in this case it really did work because I think Elsa and Jack have tremendous chemistry. I think that they were written and they were acted very well, and props to the writer and the director Michael Giacchino, who I think this is his first, like his directorial debut. Like he did the theme for Spider-Man: Homecoming, and I think a couple of other stuff. I think he did Spider-Man: Homecoming, but yeah. So he was a composer, and now he's directing, and I think that he did a pretty good job. I don't know exactly what made it work. Like it did really well on Rotten Tomatoes. That was like a 97%, and now it's like even before, like the critics were just like raving about it and saying that it's the best Marvel kind of project. And do I agree with that? To an extent, yes, I do. I believe that this Marvel really has something with this, and I think that they got the ball rolling, and now they know that hey, the monsters, people are people are very well receptive of this kind of concept in the MCU, and I think that to some idea, this was like what Iron Man was to the Avengers. Werewolf by Night is to the supernatural side, and I think that they're gonna they kind of know what works. They're gonna kind of use that success. Do I think they're gonna do black and white, like more black and white projects? To be honest, I think that they should, maybe it's up to them if it works. Yes, but I like the black and white. Some people, I don't know if some people, other people, weren't really exactly a fan of the idea, but to me, I think I like the black and white. It really worked, and yeah, because I never really watched like black and white movies when I was a kid, so I don't really know what like I'm not really familiar with what it is that they're trying to emulate. But ultimately, the effect of the everything just worked. The music, the sounds, the sound effects, the music. Did I say music already? But the black and white, the visuals, the characters, the tone, I really like that kind of. I don't know if that's like the theme of the whole episode, where it's like because ultimately it's like about family and like what Jack's relationship with Man Thing. Yeah, Man Thing's in the episode. It's pretty cool that they added that. I'm not really familiar with the Man Thing. I know who Man Thing is. I just don't know anything about him. But here, we kind of saw like, okay, so Jack and him are kind of like they're kind of like how do I say it? Like they have each other's backs. So pretty much like kind of like the supernatural Avengers right now. We have like three members of the supernatural Avengers. It could go either way. So we have Elsa, we have Man Thing, we have Jack, and those three. So they're building towards something here, and I'm really all for it. I really like the supernatural tone. Like I'm a fan of it, and I can't wait for whatever it is that they're gonna do next. I think that this is a very good start, and I hope that they kind of look more into it, like other characters. So like Blade, like more on like the vampires and whatever other stuff that they have. And I know that they're probably planning some stuff with the Midnight Suns, but to me right now I'm fixated on this concept of monsters in the MCU, and I really like it because right now Kevin Feige is really like like the MCU is like a jack of all trades at the moment, because they're doing all kinds of genres. They're doing comedy with She-Hulk, and depends on who you talk to. Some people say it's good, some people not. I think I enjoy She-Hulk. It's not, it's doing what it needs to be for. It's being what it needs to be for the sake of what genre it is. Like it's a legal drama comedy type of deal. So you can't expect it to be like like Captain America: Winter Soldier. I'm using that movie because to me that's like one of the best MCU movies like ever. So, and also the Avengers, like the first Avengers. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that that being said, Werewolf by Night to me is like the next. To me, is the next big thing. I think it's safe to say that the last time, many of us, sorry, excuse me, like I felt like this was probably Guardians of the Galaxy, because Guardians of the Galaxy was like the first, I guess, time. I mean, Marvel's been taking risks. Like the Marvel Cinematic Universe in and of itself is a risk, but Guardians of the Galaxy was kind of like taking like this concept that's like new. Like Iron Man, Hulk, Thor. They're superheroes on Earth. Why not take it up a notch and have a space opera, like with completely new characters, like this wacky concept of having a rocket, having like a talking raccoon, a talking tree, and like these criminals, and like the daughter of Thanos and Drax, who's like always shirtless. Just have this. I don't know why I said that, but like having this concept, like this new concept here, and having it work is I think what Marvel does best, because like successful Guardians of the Galaxy, they were able to do Captain Marvel, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and ultimately Infinity War was like it took part in space. Like they fought on Titan, and I think that this time around, I think that I don't know how much this is gonna tie into the main MCU, and they're saying that it's kind of this isolated story. We don't exactly know what part of the multiverse this takes place in, and what are the implications of Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty. But we're kind of at a place where we saw the TVA. So like, what does that tell you? Like, is this like a multiverse movie? I think it would make sense. Are they there to kind of like manage like the whole the whole situation with monsters? Like, are they in the pocket dimension? But you watch at the very end, it's colored. Like it's colored. We don't exactly know how, why it was black and white, other than aesthetic. But you saw that the bloodstone kind of was a focal point of like the color change, or it was the jacket. I don't know. Yeah, But essentially, to me, the most exciting part about it is to see how it ties in, or if it ever ties into the MCU. And would I be fine if it never ties into the MCU? I think that if you were to literally just go off on your own universe and like focus on that, like okay, it's okay to mention like okay, there are like Avengers in this world too, but that's not the focal point of this story. Like this story is focused on just like these characters, these group of characters. And I know that people are saying that they're gonna team up with Blade and they're gonna team up with Moon Knight, and I'm completely fine. Like if they go that route, like they go that route, like okay, having this whole corner of the universe, but like in an Avengers movie, yes, we will be able to. And if they were to focus on like the horror aspect of it, like Phase 4 to me, Phase 4 is like horror. Like it's mostly like horror because Moon Knight, Loki had kind of like concepts of horror too, I guess. Shang-Chi, that dragon, the design of that dragon was not MCU like. It was what was the name? It wasn't the Great Protector. It was the one that the Great Protector was fighting. I think his name was shoot, I forgot. But basically, that dragon, it was like kind of like weird looking, and Moon Knight with like with Khonshu, like kind of like these horror concepts, and they're kind of playing with it a little bit. So yeah, I don't exactly know what Marvel is planning for that. But ultimately, I think that needless to say, I really enjoyed this episode. I really look forward to see what they do with these characters. And I already see like a team, like I said, like this group of monsters, and I don't exactly know if they're gonna incorporate Blade into it. But I think if I were to do it, I would just leave Moon Knight out and just have like your own, like focus on monsters, like straight up like characters pertaining to like monsters. Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for listening, and please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. If you guys have any questions, if you have anything that you want me to discuss in the future, please leave in the comments and I will definitely get back to you. Thank you so much and have a great day, guys.